A settlement agreement is an agreement between an employer and an employee. Usually in the settlement agreement, the employee waives their rights to bring employment claims on the basis that the employer pays a discretionary termination payment. This could be in the form of an enhanced redundancy payment or a compensation payment for loss of office. It's a legal requirement that the employee receives independent legal advice on the terms of the agreement and the employee's inability to pursue employment claims. It's important for the legal advisor to assess the sum being offered. The independent legal advisor needs to consider whether the employee has any potential claims, the merits of any claims, and the value of any claims. These factors, as well as the stresses of bringing an employment claim and the costs, need to be weighed up against the offer to determine whether the offer is a reasonable one. In some cases, it may be possible to negotiate a higher offer. Even if the employee does not have any potential claims, sometimes the employer may be willing to increase the offer on the basis of good faith. Generally, the first £30,000 of a termination payment can be free of tax and national insurance contributions. However, there are a number of exceptions. One of the exceptions is that any sum corresponding to earnings for notice is taxable and subject to national insurance contributions. Other matters to consider include the following: whether any confidentiality obligations are acceptable or need modifying, whether a reference could be agreed and annexed to the settlement agreement. The employer would then normally be required to provide the agreed reference to any prospective employer, whether the employee is expecting to receive a bonus. If so, an appropriate clause ought to be included in the agreement. Whether any restrictive covenants relating to competitive activity in the employment contract continue to apply. These restrictions could preclude you for a period of time from joining a competitor or setting up in competition or dealing with clients or soliciting clients or poaching staff. Sometimes the employer may agree to waive or change some of the restrictions as part of the settlement agreement. There could be other issues to consider, and each case will be different. For more information, do visit my website. Remember that this video is for guidance only and should not be relied upon for specific advice. Also, the law can change. And finally, please subscribe to my channel for updates.